Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So the crypto bull run, how soon are we going to see this, guys? Traders are already sharing their plans for the tornado to come. Millions of new crypto investors could be experiencing their very first bull run soon, and those who've been through it have shared how they plan to tackle it. So, it is imminent. We're seeing the definite higher highs, definite higher lows. Let me just throw the total market here. On the chart here, guys, and we've got it on the daily. Now, the market has drawn down about 2/3 since this last top, come down since the peak in November of 2021, and now we're down about 65%. At its low, we were down about 75, but now we're down at about 65, so roughly down 2/3. The market is at about $1 trillion, $1.028 trillion. But guys, you can see it's very, very definitive, and I know the waiting is the hardest part, as the song goes. And even just after this last drawdown for Bitcoin, let's not forget, we have been waiting, one might say we've been waiting this entire time down in here after this drawdown, but really, we've been waiting since about here. After we saw this high, we were thinking, okay, how much higher is it going to go from here? But then it just kind of started doing this, and then boom, and this is kind of, I think, when everybody lost confidence, or, the sentiment in the crypto space really got down and out. But guys, ultimately, when you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out. Who said that? Who coined that originally? Was it Alex Cobb, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember the first time I heard that in crypto. Nevertheless, we got to look at the trends. We got to look at where, all the coins are going. We got to be paying attention to Bitcoin. And, if Bitcoin is not really moving, well, the rest of the alt market is not going to move either. But we are making higher highs. We are making higher lows. And so crypto traders are getting ready for this. More than 130 million people estimated have been introduced to cryptos since the end of 2021, and I'm sure that is likely a record-breaking number. Millions of investors could soon be looking at their first crypto bull run, with some suggesting it could come as early as 2024. And again, I would suggest that we are already in this thing. A lot of my last-minute crypto positions in the last bull run were in 2020. One of my best trades I did make, I did get into the position in 2020 and cashed out in 2021. Just over a year later, it was my Binance position. I bought BNB coin at around $20, give or take. I think it was $24, somewhere in and around July of 2020. Where was that? It was right in and around here somewhere. So it was in and around $20, give or take. I did make a nice tidy profit on this. This is one of the ones I'm really proud of. Cashed out at roughly $651, made about 3,000% on that. And even that entry point, I think, was a little too late, guys. Right now is the time to be getting into your positions. And if you're still not following me on Patreon, guys, I've opened up my latest portfolio, a $10,000 portfolio. I'm just throwing $10,000 in the market, and I'm letting all my patrons know what I'm going to be trading this time around, and the price points, looking for down cost average zones. I think we've gotten into some of these positions at some pretty good prices. So, even if we do see a surge as early as 2024, well, that's definitely nothing to balk at. This goes on to say those who are new to crypto should be aware that the bull market is unlike anything you've ever experienced, according to Ben Simpson, founder of crypto education platform Collective Shift. It's complete and utter chaos. It's just a tornado. In August, Cointelegraph spoke to hedge fund managers, heads of research at digital asset companies, and other crypto traders to understand how they're prepping for this upcoming bull run and some of the lessons they can pass on to newcomers. And here's just some of the things they said. My first cycle, I didn't have a plan. I wrote it all the way, and then all the way back down in 2017. And these guys haven't even been in the space for that long. I've been in the space for as long as this guy here. Instead, Simpson said it could be helpful for investors and traders to write down a clear investment goal and understand what assets are in their portfolios with a hard set sell price for each one. Well, guys, we are going to be getting to all that stuff and covering all that stuff for only $5 a month. You can follow me on Patreon. Again, figure this would be a good time to talk about this, and I've kept it fairly affordable so you guys can keep following me month over month, so you don't have to keep guessing, oh, is this a pump? Is this not a pump? When's this coin gonna pump? Well, I'm going to keep you guys updated on everything month after month, and I'm trying to keep those updates as consistent as possible when something in the market does move. So guys, we've also got XRP here, again, trading commensurate to Bitcoin, really, 51.5 right now for XRP. Not too much movement, not too much volume. So, we're hoping we're going to see some action fairly soon. And, of course, I will be reporting market activity as we see it come to a head. Ex-Goldman Sachs executives are talking about Raoul Pal here. He's bullish on crypto, obviously. Here's his latest thesis, though, okay? He did just do a recent interview, and he said this, okay? Crypto is just a technology. It is a distributed database, which is a blockchain of which you can use the tokens that represent value on the chain. So it's unlike other networks, let's say the telco network, you can't own a share of the telco network, while in crypto, you can own with a token which gives you a share of the network itself. So ultimately, if you believe in the utility, you can buy the token and then you can own some type of value associated with the actual network. The quote goes on to say, in an increasingly digital world, we need to transfer, record, and store value, and value is increasingly becoming digital. And in the digital world, we can make anything to infinite abundance. And so everything digitally goes to zero in terms of value, and blockchain allows you to create scarcity in a digital world. Crypto is a technology you can participate in directly. AI, you have to buy NVIDIA. That's the only bloody thing you can do. So he gives some other examples here. So how much money are you going to make? 2x, 3x maybe. Tesla went up 5, 6, 8x. Yeah, sure. But crypto, guys, the cycle can be much, much bigger. And we've seen that in former cycles. Just bringing you guys back to my Binance coin trade from 2020. Traded it in 2021, 3,000%, guys. Again, I bought at roughly $20, $24. Somehow, I don't know, that number stays in my mind. Sold at $6.51, divided by 20. Yeah, it's 32x, roughly 30x. I think it was between $20 and $24. So roughly a 30x investment. So Raoul Pal is not off base, guys. This is just the beginning. The bull run is just starting. So, I mean, it was a little concerning that we got this news coming out of Russia. A crypto exchange and a Russian, third and fifth largest BTC holders. Apparently, there was a wallet that was associated with, where is his name now? Yevgeny Prigozhin. It's the fifth largest Bitcoin wallet that was connected to this particular Russian billionaire who died recently. And so that has put up some red flags in the crypto space. I don't know if you guys remember Dan Pena saying this several years ago. Listen to this.
Bitcoin will go to zero.
One day.
And a microsecond, whoop, like that. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to zero.
Now, I didn't realize, but this clip is from YouTube Shorts, and the clip ends there. In the longer version of this clip that came out years ago, Dan Pena actually did say that it was the Russians who started Bitcoin, who run Bitcoin, and who control Bitcoin. So it is very, very interesting now that this information came out. This Russian billionaire did hold the fifth largest Bitcoin wallet. And so what is that going to mean for all that Bitcoin? Did somebody else have the keys? All very good questions. We're just getting this news as it comes out. So wanted to keep moving. I also happen to see this is a bit of a weird news day today. YouTuber BitBoy Ben Armstrong has now been fired from his company, BitBoy Crypto, citing financial damage and substance abuse. Now, okay, love him or hate him. I hope the guy gets better. This is terrible news for the organization. Yesterday, BJ Investment Holdings, the parent company of Hit Network, took decisive legal action in removing Ben Armstrong from the company and specifically the BitBoy Crypto brand. And so BitBoy Crypto did come out and say this difficult decision is a culmination of a prolonged effort to help Ben during his relapse into substance abuse, as well as reconcile the emotional, physical, and financial damage he has done to his employees of Hit Network and the BitBoy Crypto community. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on there. I know Ben Armstrong has had substance abuse issues in the past. You guys would probably know that if you've followed him at all. But anyway, hope he gets better. It is unfortunate. I know some people have been pretty nasty already towards Ben, but, you know, this is a real struggle. So I do hope he gets better. All the best to you, Ben. Switching gears, though, guys, some more observations with regards to the legal story surrounding the SEC, Ripple, and XRP. Guys, this coming from John Deaton. The SEC, like many federal agencies, has lost complete sight of its mission and purpose. It literally ignores the law. Digital assets and Ripple XRP case are the perfect examples. So what he's saying here is this, okay? Bill Hinman, specifically Bill Hinman, testified under oath, and the SEC does not have to satisfy all Howey factors to prove an offer or sale that meets the definition of an investment contract. I'm not being a jerk by saying that means only one of two things. Hinman was utterly unqualified and incompetent to be director of corporate finance, so that's number one. Or number two, he lied under oath. So which one was it, SEC? Which one are you willing to admit to? John Deaton continues down here by saying, do you really think the guy who led the Alibaba IPO with his close friend Jay Clayton is incompetent? Believing that all of his SEC internal emails would never become public, I'm sure he wouldn't lie or mislead while under oath, right? Let's not forget that the SEC published its framework for digital assets, drafted and approved by Hinman and Valerie Sispanik. It literally tells the world that the SEC ignores the common enterprise factor of the Howey test. Even if you assume he did nothing wrong, the fact that Hinman gave that speech declared BTC and ETH non-securities, while his law firm was bringing Canon, a BTC and ETH mining equipment company, public, but also shared in those Canon profits while at the SEC, and collected $15 million from a law firm that joined the EEA membership, which was devoted to the exclusive adoption and use of Ethereum blockchain, and then also became partners of the same group of investors who helped write his speech, is absolutely mind-blowing. If the above scenario doesn't trouble you in the least, then you're part of the problem. Until we enact the law and stop one from being a regulator in charge of an industry to immediately working for companies in the space, he or she was just regulating, the swamp will continue, regardless of who becomes president. And I could not agree more. So John Deaton just kind of pointing out some of the glaringly obvious facts here that still have gone unaddressed. And the SEC just keeps suing. I think recently they just sued another company for NFTs. I don't have the article up here, but they're going to continue on their spree. I'm guessing they're still trying to focus too on exchanges, really trying to tamp down the crypto space before we see this 2024 bull run. Well, at least begin the bull run in 2024 anyway. Wanted to thank John Deaton just for letting us in on this. Regardless, though, guys, we are seeing Ripple and XRP making strides not just across the globe, but now it's starting in the US. Weezy at Nerd Nation Unboxed posting this, paving the way for mainstream adoption. So this article just came out updating us on Ripple's progress in the US. The crypto community reacted to claims of XRP holding a unique competitive advantage due to Ripple receiving regulatory approval, guys, now from 31 US states. So Ripple is going state by state, getting regulatory approval. The XRP community now sees another reason to be bullish about the potential of XRP. In this case, the XRP Army's bullishness centers around the multitude of licenses Ripple holds across many jurisdictions in the US. So we recently did get a tweet here from Wall Street Bulls saying Ripple holds money transmitter licenses in 31 US states, a unique advantage not held by BTC or ETH. That said, though, I mean, BTC and ETH are not really competing with XRP in the same kind of capacity. This paves the way for XRP's mainstream adoption. MTLs allow legal money transmission, a game changer for XRP alone in the crypto space, and we know XRP, the only cryptocurrency now with a regulatory clarity, with legal clarity in the US. So guys, this brings Ripple and anybody else for that matter running on the XRPL. This gives them a huge advantage in the space, whether it's for money transmission. Well, I mean, money transmission is the big regulatory hurdle. Because it's moving money, right? The banking industry is heavily regulated, and this is why, this is obviously why, the initial reason why Ripple went to court, but, all those other use cases too. This is going to be very beneficial for any company, I think, who wants to move money using RippleNet, especially, but also, just working on the XRP ledger. I think this is just going to boost confidence overall. Down here, it says, notably, Ripple's official website confirms the business maintains 31 money transmitter licenses from the US. Missing names on the list include California, New York, Texas, and Florida. So here is the list down here. And you guys can see just some of these states that already have given Ripple a money transmitter license. So some great news there. Wanted to thank Weezy just for posting that. Also saw this, guys, from Ripple partner Airwallix. They just had their first brand campaign, and they're going to market today, centering on the concept of Airwallix, its infrastructure and products being built for business. So they're starting this new push, Airwallix, to, attract more businesses. The campaign will run across Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, so in Australia specifically, including static and digital billboards on main roads, bus stops, train stations, and airports, print and programmatic digital marketing targeting business audiences. So I guess if you guys live in Australia, do let me know if you start seeing Airwallix ads. Airwallix Director of Marketing for Australia and New Zealand, Antonio Thewison, said Airwallix helps tackle the problems modern global businesses face, and this campaign highlights its role as a partner. Here's a quote: Airwallix started as a partner for SMBs, but we've built the infrastructure and product that also serves the largest enterprises, he said. We want to share our brand's core values with every single business out there, small, medium, or large. Airwallix has an active digital marketing function, but as our hyper-growth journey continues, we think the time is right to talk to a broader audience. So a perfect textbook example of one of these companies starting off very small, running on RippleNet, starting with the XRP Ledger blockchain, realizing, wow, I guess now we can really expand. We've been so successful thus far, and now we can expand to a bigger market. So now they want to tackle corporate, they want to tackle finance, and they're rolling out a strategy to do so. So you guys got to think about this. This is just one company running on RippleNet. Think of all the other companies around the world that are doing the same, actively doing the same now, or ready to do the same now. The utility is what's going to be key. And guys, it is coming around the corner. Ingrid here on Twitter posted this, okay? Christine Lagarde's determination for the rise of cryptocurrencies and CBDCs. The ECB's on board, clearly. Listen to this.
You know my views on CBDCs, and you know that I have pushed that project. Fabio Panetta is working hard on that together with members in the entire Eurosystem, with a high-level task force that is working really hard on moving forward. But in a way, I'm really pleased that attention is now focused on the role that cryptos can play and the role that central bank digital currency can have when they are implemented. We have a schedule, as you know. The Governing Council decided back in October 21 to launch a 2-year investigation phase, and it is at the end of that investigation phase that the decision will definitely be made to launch the CBDC and to make it a reality. We can't go wrong with that project. I'm confident that we will move ahead, but that's going to be a decision of the Governing Council. I think it's an imperative to respond to what the Europeans expect, and I think we have to be a little bit ahead of the curve if we can on that front. So if we can accelerate the work, I hope we can accelerate the work. I will certainly support that. And I was delighted to see that in the United States, there was an executive order by President Biden to actually expect similar effort and focus and progress on CBDCs, cryptos. And I think that it will take all the goodwill of those who want to support sovereignty, who want to make sure that monetary policy can be transmitted properly using our currency will endeavor. On the issue of financial stability, I totally concur with my Vice President, De Guindos, but I will also point you to the last sentence in the first paragraph of our monetary policy statement. And I know that there's been an abuse of that, but we mean it. We will take whatever action is needed to fulfill the ECB's mandate to pursue price stability and to safeguard financial stability. So, have no doubt.
Have no doubt the ECB means business. They want to accelerate the work. Obviously, they're looking at CBDCs, cryptocurrencies, even as she says here, a very stark difference. Well, not too stark. I mean, Christine Lagarde has always been down on Bitcoin, but not cryptos and not DLT technology, but financial stability. I mean, a lot of this, I'm sure, plays into the context of what is going on with inflation, rising interest rates, so on and so forth. Also wanted to bring this, though, to you guys from Cyprus, Demanencourt here on Twitter. This is a Visa senior executive, and I was trying to figure out who this guy was, and I don't think it's this guy, but I was looking around seeing if I could find out who this guy was. Anthony Cahill. Anyway, listen to what he says here in this clip, guys, and remember, Visa is partnered with Ripple through Earthport.
The reason I get so fired up about that is, I believe that the digitization of money movement is a good thing for the world, full stop. It's good for consumers, it's good for small businesses, it's good for governments. And so I'm enormously passionate about this topic. So I guess my perspective and answer to your question, Todd, is, what I see around the world is really a remarkable acceleration in the digitization of money movement. And in many parts of the world, and again, I say this as a former longtime banker, I would say that banks have been very focused on serving in the developing world, sort of the top part of the pyramid, which makes sense from a revenue generation standpoint. But the vacuum, the space that's left open, is, sort of the bottom half of the pyramid, if you will.
So it has left open the bottom half of the period, but notice the remarkable acceleration of digitization of money, and he is all for it. Obviously, Visa looking to move into the 21st century with new technology. Already Ripple and XRP enabled have been since 2019 with that Earthport purchase. So, is it of any surprise that all these huge financial institutions that have not been digital were kind of quietly integrating in the back since 2019, 2020, are now coming to the forefront and saying, yeah, the digital revolution is here and we are all ready. So anyway, wanted to thank Cypress, Demand and Core there for posting that. Guys, this one from Sento Sumo Saba, and this is Emmy Yoshikawa, VP of Corporate Strategies at Ripple. She was at Consensus yesterday, and you'll never guess what she had to say, guys. This is Ripple's own prediction of where the market is going. Listen to this.
Well, I joined Ripple in 2016, so it's been almost 7 years. Not as quite long as Eric, but totally agree, it's quite a journey to date. So Ripple is a leading provider of enterprise blockchain software and solutions, including cross-border payments and crypto liquidity and CBDCs. Well, I want to answer the question by sharing some key insights and data points from the blockchain payments report we just co-published with US Faster Payments Council just last month. It's available on Ripple's website, so please check it out. But for that report, we surveyed about 300 payments professionals across 45 different countries, and to really understand the current adoption of blockchain payments and also the benefits and challenges as well. And what's really encouraging is 100% of the respondents agree that there are definitive benefits of using blockchain and crypto in payments. And 97% of respondents said they believe that blockchain and crypto will play a significant role in transforming payments in the next 3 years. So clearly, it is no longer a question of if, right? It's more of a question of when and how. When I started working at Ripple 7 years ago, there was still a lot of skepticism and question of, does the payments industry really need blockchain or crypto? But we no longer hear that question. It's really more about when and how. And in fact, a lot of the people here in this industry believe that next 2 or 3 years is going to be a tipping point for mass adoption.
2 to 3 years, a tipping point for mass adoption. So are we going to see XRP price go to 2, 3, maybe even 4 digits by 2025, 2026? It sounds as though Ripple's on track to make that happen.
A lot of the people here in this industry believe that next 2 or 3 years is going to be a tipping point for mass adoption.
So at a price of 51.5, guys, for an XRP, still a steal of a deal, can you hold till 2025, 26? I mean, the spec market is projected to top in 2025 anyway. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.